After 4 years away, Meghan Markle is coming back to Britain. Not alone, not quietly, with her husband and with two children the British public has almost never seen. And tonight, the palace itself doesn't seem to know exactly what's about to happen. Because as of this week, no formal acceptance of King Charles's own hospitality has reportedly reached the royal household. An offer made, a trip confirmed, and still, confusion at the very center of the crown. This is the story of the Sussexes' return, and the questions nobody inside Windsor can yet answer. Before we continue, subscribe to Royal Family Daily News and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest royal updates. Here is what we know for certain. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, is returning to the United Kingdom this month. For the first time since 2022, he will be joined by Meghan and by their two children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. The occasion is not a private visit. It's tied to something Harry built himself, the Invictus Games. Birmingham will host the 2027 tournament, and Harry is expected to appear at a series of events marking 1 year to go, according to the BBC. But the moment the travel dates were confirmed, the story stopped being about sport. It became about where they would sleep. King Charles reportedly extended an offer of royal accommodation to the family, a gesture some royal watchers immediately read as an olive branch. For years, the Sussexes' life in Montecito has been described by British commentators as a kind of exile. An invitation back inside a royal residence would be, symbolically, the opposite of that. But that's not the whole story, because within days, the palace's own understanding of the plan began to unravel. According to GB News, no formal acceptance of that accommodation offer has actually reached the royal household, despite days of reporting suggesting the Sussexes had already agreed to it. Multiple outlets had claimed the family would divide their time between a royal estate and private lodgings. Then came retractions. Then came silence. What happened next surprised many royal observers. Speculation shifted toward a different location entirely. Althorp House, the childhood home of Princess Diana, now run by Harry's uncle, Earl Spencer. Newsweek and Fox News both reported that the estate is scheduled to close to visitors on exactly the dates the Sussexes are expected to be in the country. If Harry chooses Althorp over a royal residence, commentators say it would send its own message. Royal commentator Amanda Matta told Fox News Digital that staying at Diana's family home instead of a palace property would signal Harry is prioritizing his mother's legacy and his children's privacy over institutional closeness with the crown right now. It would also mean something quieter and perhaps more powerful. Archie and Lilibet, ages 7 and 5, walking the grounds where their grandmother grew up for the first time in their lives. But accommodation was never really the biggest question hanging over this trip. The bigger one involves two brothers, and whether they'll be in the same country without being in the same room. Before we go further, where do you think the Sussexes should stay during this visit? Let us know in the comments. We're reading every one of them. Prince William and Prince Harry have not appeared together publicly since the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022. That silence is expected to continue. Multiple royal sources cited by Fox News and Stylecasters say there is, in the words of one insider, no chance of a meeting between the brothers during this trip. Commentator Dan Wakeford, founder of Celebrity Intelligence, told Fox News Digital that no one should expect a complete reconciliation with the family, calling any warming of relations, at best, a slight thaw. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield offered a sharper explanation for the divide. She said William and King Charles appear to be approaching the Sussexes from fundamentally different positions. Charles reasoning as a father and grandfather, William reasoning as the future king, focused on protecting the institution and those closest to him, including Catherine. That distinction matters, because it means this isn't simply a family feud waiting to be patched up with one dinner. It's a structural disagreement at the very top of the monarchy about how much distance is still necessary. Harry himself has spoken about the toll of that distance. In comments about his ongoing UK security dispute, he told the BBC that he currently cannot picture bringing his wife and children back to Britain under existing conditions, while also saying, in a separate interview, that he still loves his country and wants reconciliation with his family. Two statements, both true, both unresolved. And underneath all of it sits the one issue that could still derail the entire trip before it begins. Harry's UK security status has been legally contested for years, and it remains the backdrop to everything happening this summer. Decisions about his protection level fall not to the palace, but to the UK Home Office, a separate arm of government entirely. According to Newsweek, even as accommodation was reportedly offered by King Charles, no additional police protection was extended alongside it. That distinction is easy to miss, but it's significant. A bed inside a royal residence is a gesture of family warmth. Government-funded security is a matter of state policy, and the two are decided by entirely different people for entirely different reasons. It's also why some commentary around this trip has turned skeptical, questioning why UK taxpayers should fund protection for a family that stepped back from official royal duties in 2020. Whether that criticism shapes the final security arrangements is still unknown. Which brings us to the moment everyone will actually be watching for, the one photograph that could define this entire visit. If Archie and Lilibet do visit Althorpe, they will for the first time walk ground-tied directly to the grandmother they never met. Diana's grave sits on that estate. Royal commentator Christine Marie Chard told Fox News Digital that documentary interest in the visit is already building, with the 2027 anniversary of Diana's death and the Birmingham Invictus Games creating a natural storyline. One she suggested could even attract future television interest. None of that has been confirmed. What has been confirmed is simpler and in some ways more human. After 4 years, a mother is bringing her children home to the country their father grew up in, without any certainty about where they'll sleep, who they'll see, or how they'll be received. If you're enjoying this coverage, please like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. By the time this trip is over, we may finally know whether the Sussex's return marks the beginning of something warmer between Montecito and Windsor, or simply one more chapter in a rift that shows no real sign of closing. Buckingham Palace has not characterized this as reconciliation. Neither have the Sussexes. Perhaps, for now, that's the most honest answer anyone can give. So we want to ask you directly, do you think this visit brings the family closer together? Or does it confirm the rift is here to stay? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one. This has been Royal Family Daily News. We'll see you in the next one.